Hello and welcome to a quick guide Final Cut Express video tutorial. Hopefully you're at the stage where you've had the opportunity to explore Final Cut, perhaps on one or more than one video project in your classroom, and you're asking yourself, can Final Cut do this, or how do I do this? So, producing non-fictional media, quite often you're going to need to create text to introduce somebody on the screen. So this is relevant perhaps to a video interview, a news report, or perhaps a documentary. So what I would like to do is I'd like to take this image and I would like to put some text on this screen to introduce this person. Now, there's lots of different reasons why we would want to put text on the screen, perhaps credits at the end of the film or perhaps credits at the beginning of the film, and there's lots of different kinds of text that you can generate in Final Cut, but the process I'm about to show you is the same for either of those processes. But what I would like to do is I'd like to put text at the bottom of this screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate new text and I'm going to place it on top of this image. So even though I'm working on this image, I'm not actually doing anything to this image. I'm generating something new text. Now the first process that I would suggest you do, and it's the first process that I do, is I actually create the color background first, that background that I'm going to put the text on top of. Now that's going to be a map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my marker here and just make sure I line it up to where I would like the text to appear. I'm going to go to this little icon A and I'm going to go to matte and I'm going to select solid color or color solid. And you're going to see it's generating this new solid color, this new matte. Now by default, I know that color is not something that I want to use for this project. So I'm going to go to controls because I want to change that color. I'm actually going to take this dropper. I'm going to select the dropper. I'm actually going to go back to the American flag and I'm actually going to go and take this color here because I want all of my project to be connected. So I'm going to take the color that people have already seen in my project, and that is the color for my mat, and I'm happy with that. Put that marker back to where I would want it. Now I know that I want this mat to last about 2 seconds. That's how long I want the text to last. So I'm going to go and change this. It's going to be 2 seconds long. Once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to go and drag it, put it into my text. I'm going to put it there, in fact. And there you have it. Now you can see that the red is there to render, but I'm not going to render it yet because I'm about to go and place text on top of that. And if I go and place text on top of that, I'm going to have to render it again. To save myself the process of rendering twice, I'm just not going to render the first time. But I am going to place my marker over that. Now what I'm going to do is, as you can see, that this map is now covering the entire image. We don't want that. So I'm just going to click on this image and I'm going to double click it because you want to make sure it's that the image in your timeline is what's appearing in your viewer. And I'm going to go over to motion and I'm actually just going to go and crop this image. So we're going to want to go and crop it from the top to about here-ish, and then we're going to want to do the bottom as well. Oh, too small. Just a little bit more. And I'm actually going to go and just crop the left and the right. I'm going to want to put it in about the center of the screen. So I'm going to put 15 here. I'm going to put 15 here. So there it is. I've got my color in the background of my screen now. Now you can play around with that and make it a little bit more level, but I'm generally happy with it. The other thing I'm actually going to do is I don't want it to be so solid. So I'm actually going to go and play around with the opacity. I can never pronounce that word, and I'm going to just lower that a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm reasonably happy with that. So there we have it. I've gone and created the color background for my image. So the next thing I need to do is I need to go and generate new text. So I'm going to go to video, and I'm now going to go and generate something new. So I'm going to go and I'm going to just text, and I'm going to go and select don't want it to crawl. I'm just going to go and select text. No, we don't want that one. Text. Oh, a third. Do we want that one? I tell you what. We're going to do text. You can see it's in the wrong place, but that doesn't matter for now. I'm going to go out to controls, and this is where I'm going to put in the name person we are seeing on the screen. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make sure I'm happy with the size of it, which I think I'm pretty, yeah, I'm reasonably happy. And then once again, we know it is 2 seconds long. So I'm going to go and put 02 there, 02 there. I'm going to go and put this down, and there it is. Bang. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so there's my text. So you can see it's in the wrong position. So yeah, you've guessed it. We're going to select it, go to motion, go to center. I'm going to go and center this text to put it over the color. There we go. And there it is. Now I just want to do one more very quick thing. I'm happy with my text. I'm happy with my color background, but you see you've got this space here. I want to go and create a little image of the person I'm being interviewed, but this could be a logo if you're doing a news report. Just need to find it. And what I want to do is I want to go and grab this, and again, we know it's 2 seconds long. 02, 02, and I'm going to go and place this up here. And there we go. Now everything's on top of everything. So what I need to do, yeah, you've guessed it again, we're going to go to motion, and I'm going to go and play around with the scale of this because I definitely want to make it smaller. Perhaps about that size, a little bit smaller. I'm going to go to center, and I'm going to go and center this here. And there we have it. So I'm now going to go, and I'm going to go, and I don't need to really select any of them. I'm just going to do Command R. So I'm going to render that. Now, if you've got time, and of course you do have time, play around with the text, play around with the font, play around with the color, play around with the positioning on the screen. Take some more time. But that is the general process of how you generate text in Final Cut. And it's rendered. Play it.
I'm Gary Goncalves, and I approve this.
And there you go.